Hi guys, welcome to Explore Learning. Let's talk about how to read, rename multiple images and save them to a different folder. I'll take you through the step-by-step procedure. Without any further ado, let's begin. So let's go straight to the Jupyter notebook. So the first thing we're going to do, let's create a new script. Okay, let's name the script image processing. I would love to give the script a title so that if anyone sees this script, the person will understand exactly what we're doing. So let's say read rename and save multiple images. Alright, so go over to the cell tab. Let's click it, go to the cell type and let's convert that to a markdown cell. So run it and then you get the title for the script. We're going to be doing three things. The first thing we're going to do is to import libraries. The second part is going to be to read the images, and then the third part is going to be to save the image. So let's give this a tag, import libraries. So in this task we're going to be using three libraries. So let's begin. Import CV2, import OS, and then import globe. Good, so let's add a new cell. The next part is to assign the path to the images and also assign the path to which we want to save the images to. So let's begin. Let's say image underscore path equal to, remember the raw string. Alright, so let's get the image path. So let's go over to our image folder. So this is the image. So let's deal with this folder, cars. Now take note of the name. The name of the cars, it's car 1, 2 up to 5. So we want to read these images, rename it, and then save it to a different folder. So copy this path, let's go over to the Jupyter script, place the path within the raw string. The next thing we need to do is to specify the destination path where we want to save the images to. Now remember your raw string. Now you may be wondering why the raw string. The raw string is actually used to reverse the backslash in the path. Okay, so if you don't include the R, the raw string, the Python will not be able to locate where the images are or where your folder is. So you need to include the raw string if you want Python to be able to locate where the images are. Then the other option is you can actually go manually. I'm going to show you the other options. Okay, the other option we have. Now, where do we want to save the images to? Okay, so I have created a folder called new, so there's nothing inside. So this is where we want to save the images to. Okay, so copy the path to where you want to save the images to. So let's go over to the script. So place it within the raw string. Like I said, we have two options. Now the other options, if you don't want to use the raw string, it means you have to manually reverse the backward slash yourself. So this is it. Now you wouldn't want to do this all the time, so that is why we have to use the raw string. This is the reason why we use the raw string, because we don't want to waste our time doing this over and over again. All right, so the next thing we need to do is to create a new cell. Now this time around we need to define a loop. We need to iterate into the file where we have our images. So we have to use the function, the globe function, that will return the images in the file path. So all we need to do is to say I equal to 1, and then we specify the for loop for img in globe. We want to return the images in this path where we have the file. So all we need to do is to put this path within this bracket and then specify. So we're going to add the path. We're going to use the plus sign to indicate that we want to iterate through the images in that path. Okay, since we have the folder car, so we want to iterate through the images in that path. So we use *.*, which means all of the file, all of the images in this path, we want to return these images using the globe function. Now since it's a for loop, so we have to put the colon, and then the next thing we need to do, we need to use the inner loop, try loop. Okay, and then we use the except. It's called except. What is happening? Okay, I think that should be all right. So within this inner for loop, we have to perform the operation. The first operation we need to carry out is to read the images. So we say image equal to cv2.imread. Okay, so we want to read the images in this path in the folder car. So the next thing, we want to save these images into the specified directory. So all we need to use is to use the os function, os.chdr, change directory, and we want to change the directory to this part where we want to save the images. The next thing is we want to give these images a name. Remember, we want to rename it. So we say file name. What's happening to my keyboard? File name equal to, so we use the quotes. Let's call it new underscore car underscore, and then we need to add it to the string I. So we'll say that the string I, which is going to be a number, which is the number of the images in the folder. So when this iterate through the images, the number should be added to the name new underscore car underscore 1 2 3 4 5, and so on and so forth. The next thing we need to do is also to specify the format of the image. So we put the quote, we say .png. Now at this point you can use any image format, so it allows you to also change the image format from the original format to your desired format. The next thing we need to do is to save these images. So we use cv2.im write. We open the bracket. We have to pass two arguments, which is the first one is the file name, comma, and the images we want to read, which is this. Okay, so we have it written here. All right, so the next thing we need to do is to end it by saying I plus 1, I plus equal to 1. So what this does is, once the globe function allows Python to go into this file and try to iterate through, return the images in that file, in that folder. Once it begins with the first one, it should continue. So that is what this last code does. So it's going to continue in a loop until it gets the final image in the file. So what we need to do is, let's print the error word or statement. Okay, so if the code is not properly executed or something happens, then it should tell us that there's an error. Okay, instead of Python telling us the error itself, we want to get the error. So let it say not save, or let it say operation not executed. Okay, so once we get this information, this error information, then we know something is wrong. All right, so having done this, let's run the code and let's see what we're going to get. Okay, all right, so without any error, it means everything went well. So let's quickly go to the folder. Let's see the new folder. Wow, we have the images, so you can see the new underscore car 1 up to 5. So this is exactly what we have done. So this is how you can actually read your images from one folder and then you save it to another folder. You can as well change the name of the image. You can rename your images when you want to structure your data set. You can rename it, and also you have the liberty to also change the format of the image as well. All right, so thank you for being part of this lecture session. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I will also include the link of the GitHub to this code. Thank you. Goodbye.